Alright, guys, what is going on? Riley here with the T Storm Chasers back here for another weather video. Let's go ahead and jump into it here. Let's take a look in the Sioux Falls area currently. We got a very nice warm day out there. We got temps in the mid 40s. We got 45 right now in Sioux Falls. That is well above average for this time of the year. For mid-December, that is very pleasant weather. It is a nice sunny day out there in the area. Temps are in the 40s across much of the area, 48 in Sioux City, 48 as well in Yankton, 45 out in Chamberlain, 45 out in Rapid City. It is a little bit cooler though up to the north, 36 in Brookings, so quite a difference there in temps. And then 28 up in Watertown. That is cold air, where we kind of have more of a snowpack up there. 30 degrees up in Aberdeen, and then we got 34 in Mulbridge, low 30s in the Black Hills. Down in Nebraska, we do have temps in the 50s, 52 in Omaha, 52 in Grand Island, 50 in North Platte, and then temps in Iowa are also in the 40s. Temps are in the 30s up in Minnesota here, 36 in the cities, so enjoy this nice, pleasant weather because unfortunately we are in a winter season and it is not going to last. And let me get into that to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. But yeah, go ahead and enjoy the rest of this day because things are going to be changing fast here. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. All right, so first off here, I want to go ahead and show this to you guys. This is a look at the wind gust map to give you guys an idea. For today with how windy it is. So obviously today has been a very windy day. We've had wind gusts in the 30s and 40s across South Dakota and much of our area. And wind gusts right now about 35 miles per hour right now is the current wind gusts in the Sioux Falls area. Now over the next couple of hours it's going to continue, and then by tonight it will calm down. So we just got to get through basically dark. Like once it starts getting dark out in a few hours, we're going to start to see that wind die down in the like right as the sun is setting, and then the winds will fade away. And although we will still have strong winds in Minnesota and northeastern South Dakota with gusts still in the 30s, but for the Sioux Falls area, winds will die down tonight, this evening. And then after that, we'll have some more gusts kind of pick up tomorrow in Nebraska and southwestern South Dakota. And then that will move into a little bit of southeastern South Dakota for tomorrow into tomorrow night with gusts in the 20s and 30s once again. But that is the latest there on that. Now let's go ahead and look at the snow forecast because we do have the chance of snow tomorrow. So this is what we're talking about here. Let's go ahead and run this out already. By tonight there's some snow showers out west in western South Dakota into Montana and Wyoming. That low pressure kind of hanging over here, and then as you can see it kind of moves east towards north central South Dakota, kind of near Mulbridge over to Huron, and then towards Aberdeen, and then maybe trailing down towards the Sioux Falls area tomorrow morning. And then as we go throughout the day, the snow is going to start spreading and becoming more widespread as it gets into northeastern South Dakota in particular. Looks to be the worst of the snow tomorrow. Now the Sioux Falls area is still in on this, but it looks like most of it is going to be up here in northeastern South Dakota, Aberdeen, Watertown, Sisseton, Huron, over into Minnesota. Looks to be the best area for that snow, and there will be accumulating snow out of this. This is not going to be anything major by any stretch, but it will be enough where we will see some snow accumulation out of this system. And then it will continue through your day tomorrow, and then once we get towards tomorrow evening, Sioux Falls will get more involved in this, and the snow will start to fade away and move on to the east into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And then by tomorrow night, that snow will be out of our region. So that is the latest there. As we look towards the, let's take a look at the temperature forecast over the next couple days here. And tonight we'll have overnight lows in the 20s across much of the area. And then for your day tomorrow, we'll warm up a little bit in the Sioux Falls area, but we're going to be colder than we were today. We're going to have temps in the mid-30s, near 35, about 10 degrees colder tomorrow than we were today. It will be warm down in Nebraska, though. We will still have temps in the 40s and 50s down in Nebraska. And then up in northern South Dakota, we'll have temps in the mid-20s, so quite the contrast there between northern South Dakota and central Nebraska. It's not a whole lot of distance, and quite the contrast there in temps, about a 30-degree difference there. And usually when you have a clash zone like that, usually you get a system coming through, and that's exactly what's going to happen here with that snow moving through the area. And then overnight lows tomorrow night, back into the teens across much of the area, and low 20s in the Sioux Falls area. And then let's look here at the long-range outlook here, longer-range picture, future scan forecast. Let's first look at the future radar here. Let's go ahead and run this out. So there's that snow again moving through, and then it'll be out of here by Wednesday. Wednesday looks to be a lot calmer. No snow in the forecast on Wednesday. However, we do get to Wednesday night into Thursday morning. We do see our next system coming in according to this model here that we're showing here. And it starts out in North Dakota, and it's going to make its way south into north central South Dakota here by, as you can see, by Thursday morning, late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Mulbridge, and then eventually Aberdeen, and then eventually Sioux Falls. Kind of moves southeast here. By Thursday morning, once again, Sioux Falls will have another shot of some snow showers. Now, this looks to be a kind of a clipper system, not looking at a whole lot of accumulation. It's mainly going to be just kind of a clipper system. It's going to go through, and then it'll be out of here by the afternoon. By Thursday afternoon, it'll be out of here. And then Thursday evening into Friday looks a lot calmer. Now, there will be some snow up in North Dakota and northern Minnesota. That's quite a ways away from us. And, we will have to follow this because Minnesota, the cities, on Friday night into Saturday, some more snow looks to be possible there. Otherwise, Saturday looks calm, and so does Sunday. So that is about it. And then we get towards Monday. We'll see what happens next week. Not really looking at any big-time storms next week. Next week looks to be calmer and probably warmer. Now, after Christmas, we'll see what happens. There's, this model, who knows with this. I mean, this is showing some rain, but it's looking like after we get through the weekend, next week could be warmer. We could have warmer temps starting this weekend into next week. That looks to be on the table. If I were to guess right now, we'd probably rebound back into the 30s next week. Now, let's go ahead and look at those temperatures here and give you guys a better idea here. And let's go ahead and run this out. And by Thursday, temps will be in the 20s and 30s across South Dakota. And then once we get towards Friday, temps will be falling back into the 20s across much of the area. And then Saturday, we'll get into Saturday here. Saturday looks to be in the 20s again across the Sioux Falls region. And we'll have, again, a contrast. We'll have temps in the teens up in northeastern South Dakota near the Aberdeen, Watertown area. And then we'll have temps in the 40s in southwestern South Dakota. So quite the contrast there in temps once again. And then on Sunday, once again, another sharp contrast of temperatures on Sunday. Sioux Falls is going to be kind of in the middle of this. We're going to have temps in the low 30s. But you see up near Watertown, temps in the mid-20s. And then in southwestern South Dakota, mid to upper 50s for highs on Sunday in southwestern South Dakota. So that's pretty warm air. And then on on Monday, next Monday, so a week out, once again, temps possibly rebounding back into the 40s possible in the Sioux Falls area. It's certainly possible. I mean, we're kind of in this roller coaster ride of temps, and this winter pattern we're in is a pretty up and down forecast, where we got temps once again in the upper 20s to low 30s in northeastern South Dakota, and then we got upper 50s in southwestern South Dakota, so that is quite the contrast in temperatures. And then we'll see what happens next week. There could be once again another warm day in store for next Tuesday. That's 8 days out though, so take it with a grain of salt. A lot can still happen. But this is interesting. It does show mid 40s once again in Sioux Falls, similar to what we had today. And so it might take us a week to get back to where we are today, where we had temps in the mid 40s and it was sunny. Similar story looks to be early next week. Looks like we're going to have kind of the same outlook here, and temps in the 50s to low 60s across southwestern South Dakota. That is very warm air, and we'll see what happens after that. It's still a week out, over a week out, and we'll go from there. We'll see what happens, but there is warmer weather. There is light at the end of the tunnel here in this forecast. Towards the end of the forecast, looks like we'll warm up back into the 40s. So again, what I'm going off of, we're just strictly going off of model runs. We use Pivotal Weather here at T-Storm Chasers. This is one of the many tools that we use and utilize, but this is probably our favorite one to use. It kind of gives us the best view, best idea of what to expect over the next several days. So that I'm just, I'm not just going off of nothing here. This is, a lot of meteorologists across the world use this site, so that is the latest here forecast. So let's wrap this up here. Let's go ahead and show you the outlook for tomorrow, and then we'll jump into the 10 days here, and we'll make this quick here. I also did want to briefly mention this. I kind of forgot about this. We do have a wind advisory that is actually in effect here for parts of southeastern South Dakota, Chamberlain, just southwest of Mitchell here, and then over towards Winter and over into western South Dakota here. Wind advisory in effect here until 3 p.m. So another 20 minutes or so on this before this expires. Just wanted to mention this. That does include Rapid City, Belfouche, up Buffalo, Faith, and then over towards Phillip and Winter, Chamberlain, kind of in this wind advisory. It does say wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour are expected until 3 p.m. here. So that is a quick look there. All right, real quick here, let's go ahead and look at this here. This is a look at the total snowfall that is expected over the next 48 hours. Basically between now and Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So let's take a look here. Western South Dakota looked to be the most snowfall with 1 to 2 inches across western South Dakota there near Rapid City, near the Rapid City area. And it kind of goes through the middle part of the state of South Dakota, where we have anywhere from 1 to 2 inches across central South Dakota, from Rapid City over to Pierre, over to Huron, and over to Brookings, and over to Marshall. That is your strip of snow for tomorrow. Now, the Sioux Falls area, a trace to an inch is looking likely. So anywhere from a trace to an inch across Sioux Falls there. And that is the latest there. Now, as we get towards Thursday, there could be, northeastern South Dakota into Minnesota. Western Minnesota look to be the greatest area of snow there. Anywhere from 2 to 4 inches look to be likely across this system, across this area with this upcoming snow system. That would be on Thursday. So that is the latest there on the snow accumulations. Let's go ahead and go into this 10-day here to wrap things up. All right, we're going to make this short here to wrap this up here. We do have the 10-day outlook here for the Sioux Falls area. Warmest day, we eclipsed that number today. We hit 45 today. It is windy. Overnight lows will be in the mid-20s. And then for tomorrow, we're going to cool back down into the low 30s, and overnight lows will be in the teens. And then with those snow chances, there's a slight chance of snow for Sioux Falls tomorrow. I'd put it about 20%. And then for Wednesday, we'll cool back down into the mid-20s and overnight lows in the teens again. And then Thursday could be another windy day with temps rebounding into the 30s. And then Friday, cooling back down into the teens to low 20s for your weekend. And then overnight lows will be in the single digits. And then we'll warm back up next week into the 30s to near 40. So that is the latest here from T Storm Chasers. Again, continue to follow us on all of our social medias, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube channel behind me with the 24-hour live stream that continues 7 days a week, 24 hours to give you guys the latest up-to-date weather information. So that is the latest here from T Storm Chasers. You all have a great rest of your day and stay safe.